Minecraft Edasu vs God mode in Minecraft Unbeatable. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? In the world of Minecraft, we might just have the answer. The legendary hacker, Edasu, known for his god-tier skills and ability to bend the very code of the game, decided to take on the ultimate challenge, God mode. This isn't just about a player with creative mode privileges. This is about confronting the very concept of invincibility within the game's framework. Is Edasu's skill so profound that he can find a way to defeat a player who literally cannot be defeated by normal means? The entire Minecraft community held its breath, servers buzzed with anticipation, and everyone logged in to witness a battle that promised to redefine the limits of the game. Could a mortal player, no matter how skilled, truly find a weakness in a digital god? This was more than just a PvP match. It was a philosophical question played out in blocks and pixels. The stage was set in a custom-built arena, a colossal structure floating in the void, designed to prevent any environmental escape or interference. The player in God mode, a well-known server admin named the Warden, stood motionless in the center, their character shimmering with an ethereal glow, an effect added to signify their invulnerable status. They could not take damage, be affected by potions, or be moved by knockback. They were, for all intents and purposes, a statue. Edasu appeared on the opposite platform, his standard skin looking deceptively normal. He had no enchanted armor, no array of overpowered weapons in his hotbar. To the casual observer, he looked like a fresh spawn about to meet a swift, albeit pointless, end. But those who knew Edasu understood that his true weapon was not a diamond sword, but his unparalleled intellect and his deep, almost clairvoyant, understanding of Minecraft's mechanics and its underlying code. The countdown began, and a hush fell over the thousands of spectators watching through streams. Edasu's first moves were perplexing. He didn't rush in with a sword or try to land a critical hit. Instead, he began placing blocks. Not randomly, but with a precise, calculated rhythm. He built a small, enclosed chamber around the Warden, who remained utterly still, unbothered by the construction. Then, Edasu started to introduce other elements. Pistons, redstone, and dispensers began to form a complex machine around the central chamber. It was clear he wasn't trying to inflict direct damage, he was thinking on a different level. His strategy was not to break the rules of God mode, but to use the game's own established rules against it. The machine whirred to life, a symphony of clicking pistons and firing dispensers. Still, the Warden took no damage. The health bar remained full, the ethereal glow undiminished. Some spectators began to grumble, thinking Edasu had finally met his match. But the veteran players watched intently, recognizing the patterns of a complex exploit being woven in real time. The genius of Edasu's plan slowly revealed itself. He wasn't targeting the player, he was targeting the server. The machine he constructed was a carefully calibrated lag machine, but with a specific purpose. It was designed to generate an immense number of block updates and entity interactions in a tiny, focused area around the Warden. He used a series of rapid-fire dispensers, shooting snowballs into a space with hundreds of chickens, all while pistons pushed and pulled blocks at the maximum tick speed. The server's TPS ticks per second began to plummet. For the player in God mode, this meant nothing initially. But Edasu's goal wasn't a server crash. It was a targeted data overload. He was forcing the server to process so much information about the chunk the Warden was in that it would start to fail at processing other, more fundamental things, like the player's connection status. He was, in essence, trying to use lag to sever the player's connection to the game itself. The climax was both subtle and spectacular. As the server groaned under the strain, reaching a near standstill, Edasu executed the final phase. He triggered a separate mechanism that exploited a little-known packet handling bug related to player login data. By overwhelming the server at the exact moment he triggered this bug, he managed to corrupt the data packet that told the server the Warden was still connected. For a split second, the server, in its lagged state, believed the Warden had logged out, and a player who is logged out by definition, is no longer in the game to be in God mode. A message appeared in the chat for all to see. The warden has left the game. Edasu hadn't landed a single blow. He hadn't dealt a single point of damage. He won the fight by convincing the game that his opponent was no longer there. He didn't defeat the god. He deleted him from reality. The crowd erupted. Edasu had once again proven that in Minecraft, the most powerful weapon isn't strength, but knowledge. He didn't just win a fight. He made a statement. Even invincibility has rules, and for every rule, there is an exploit waiting to be found.